Sunday morning. It's going to be a lovely day, but for me, it's time for a bit of Sunday service. Let's do this. So this is today's job. All the walls in here. I've previously done the ceiling and give it like a mist coat. So it's not a small job at all really, but it's just one of these jobs. If I don't get it done today, I don't know when I'm going to squeeze it in. Got to fit the skirtings when I'm done, you know, another time. Give it all a mist coat. So just slipping it in today really. Now we're all ready to go now, all PVA'd, the 2 coats of PVA, all the last little bits of paper have been picked off. Just been getting around, you know, all them little niggly bits you've got to do, so that's all done. All the sockets are released, I've just got a bit of tape around there. I'm going to try and save myself a little bit of time by not beading the window reveals, I'm just going to go up to them. I was watching Damo, Dan's TV, and someone mentioned to him about plastering reveals without beading, and you can do that, which is what I'm going to do. So yeah, just going to blend into the edge of them and not do the actual reveal because they're fine, there's nothing wrong with them. So that's about half hour, 45 minutes saved there really. I just want to save myself time. It's Sunday, I really don't want to be here today, but as you can see, this bedroom is waiting to go and people will need to get in here. So if I don't do it today, it's literally going to be, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks before I can get back in here to skim this. And you just can't make people wait that long, so sometimes you just got to say, right, I'll come in Sunday. But it's a lovely day out there, and I really don't want to be here today, so I'm just trying to speed it up as quick as possible. So I'm going to get in the mix now. I'll probably chuck 2 big walls on, and then the other 2 walls. I'll do it in 2 mixes. I was going to go for the extra time and, you know, chuck it all in and try and get it all in one hit, but I don't want to risk it starting to pick up on me. I don't want to be put in that position where I'm then chasing and it becomes a really hard Sunday. So I'd rather have a slightly long Sunday but a nice controlled version of it. So let's get in the mix. It's a lovely day out there, you know, when it's a really nice Sunday and you see people walking about, walking into town, having a nice chilled Sunday, and you think, hey, how am I the one working? What's gone wrong? What have I done so wrong which I've got to work? Feeling a little bit sorry for myself, I think. Anyway, let's get on. Quite a few cracks everywhere just to screw over first. All the usual places, you know, corners of windows and things like that, above doorways. Even all down the corners it's all cracking. So let's just go for it. Cracks everywhere, it's like a crack den. And when it comes to a plastering job, basically the actual plastering is the easy bit. It's all this is the time taker. It'd be nice to employ someone just as a preparer for you, so they go around the day before and do all this for you. SBR the walls, you just walk in, mix up and go. I mean, that would be an ideal situation, but I don't think you'd find anyone that would prepare it as good as you would as the plastering. You know, people would cut corners, I think. I had that before. I worked for a builder, and same thing, had a few rooms to do. He's like, yeah, all PVA'd for you, mate, all done. And when I got in there, I could see he'd just done 1 coat and he hadn't put the brush in any of the corners or the top edges, so I will have to do it again anyway. Absolutely fucking useless. I don't work for him anymore. Okay, so time is coming up to about 3:30 on a Sunday. It's been a hard slog, this room, for two reasons really. One, it's still really hot out there. Although they said it's cooling down, it still feels like ridiculously hot. And the drying of this plaster just sucking into these walls. Now they've had 3 coats of PVA on these walls. Admittedly the first 2 didn't, then the second 2 did, but it's still sucking in at the same rate. So, do you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to give up on PVA altogether. I'm not going to buy PVA anymore. Just doesn't seem to be doing what it should be. That's me done. 4:20 on a Sunday, and that's this one all done now. And I will be back here hopefully in the week. I don't know when in the week, it'll have to be after the job I'm already doing in a week, because I've got to put the skirtings on and give it all a mist coat. I don't know if any of you remember, I did that in another 2 rooms back there. Back to the other job tomorrow, back to a decorating job with a horse stairs and landing, but I just needed to squeeze this in and get this done so it's all drying for the week. So I'll see you back in the van for a chat. I'm nearly home now, thank God for that. It's 4:30 Sunday afternoon. It's still so hot on it. Do you know what, I'm having a lot of trouble lately with drying times. I can't seem to get plaster to just dry at a decent rate. Don't know what it is, I don't think it's me. I'm still as fast as I used to be. But the plaster, every time I sort of plastering lately, it's drying so quick. Not so much in the buckets, it's not the plaster, it's the wall surfaces. And I think even by adding like extra time into the mix, I don't think extra time really does anything for suction. I did an Artex ceiling a few years ago, and it was in a garage. The garage was being converted into living quarters, and I don't think the Artex had ever been painted. You know, it was still like sort of fairly dusty sort of texture. So obviously I gave it all my PVAs and stuff like that, and had the first mix, and the first mix, you know, just pulled in like that. It was a real panicker. So then the next mix, I put a load of extra time in it, and it didn't make a blind bit of difference. So I think extra time is good for slowing down like the setting time of plaster, but I don't think extra time does anything to do with suction control. So I think someone has mentioned that before. So if you think that's your get out clause for high suction backgrounds, extra time, I don't think it'll do anything. So but I was thinking, I don't know if it's because we haven't had any rain, there's been no humidity in here, there's been no moisture anywhere. I don't know if the natural moisture of a house or a wall is playing any part in the plaster just sucking in too quick. So 2 of them walls had 3 coats of PVA on it, the other 2 had 2 coats of PVA. And they were still sucking in as fast as each other, so I don't even think PVA is doing anything lately. So I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm never using PVA again. I'm only going to use SBR. I know it's a bit more expensive, but I will just chuck that onto the price of every job. I'm not pissing about with PVA. I mean, that stuff there, it didn't really do anything for me, if I'm honest. I was still fighting it and struggling with it. So yeah, if you see me using PVA again, give me a comment, you know, give me a little bit of abuse in the comment, and it'll stop me using it. I've nearly finished that little tub gallon of PVA that I had, so once that's gone, I won't be buying any more. I'm just going to stick with SBR, and I might put a little bit of red grit dye in that, or I might just buy Kirk stuff. I don't know. I do like Kirk stuff, and I think that would have done me proud in there. Actually, it probably would have slowed it down a bit. So we'll see. But anyway, look, I'm nearly home. I'm back on the other job tomorrow doing the decorating. I had to squeeze this little job in today. There was no other time to get it done. And again, I really didn't want to work today. It took me a lot of effort to get out of bed this morning, knowing I had a full day skimming ahead of me in this lovely heat. But anyway, that's it. That's the job, isn't it? That's what we do. Self-employed. We keep other people happy and never ourselves. Anyway, have a good evening, everybody, and I will see you Monday afternoon, no doubt, for some more shenanigans. So take care, have a beer.